Hello everyone. This is Shining Noctiles, and tonight I wanted to share a poem that I wrote, and I was watching a fellow YouTuber that I enjoy watching, really a friend, really. I see him as a friend because he and I have a lot in common, I feel like I resonate really well with him, actually. You guys have probably heard me talk about him before. His name is Boris Andreas Bohansen, and he did a video essentially talking about the end of intolerance towards pagans or heathens or even people of other spiritual paths. And the more he spoke, the more I could see what he and I had in common, our struggles, and what had happened, to our ancestors, really. Even though we came from seemingly different paths, there was a connection there. And so I want to share this piece that I wrote. Um, it's actually a very special piece because I feel like I'm starting to recognize we are really more interconnected than we think we really are. And I really have been learning about that, but in a good way, because just how Borge and I seemingly have had similar struggles, whether in this lifetime or past lifetimes. I believe the same can be said, for other tribes as well, whether they be Native American, African, Middle Eastern, the Jews, for example, and even other Middle Eastern tribes, um, as well as, the Pacific Isles and Australia, and even Japan and China, and imagine as well. Many other areas that have really have struggled with having their beliefs and their uh, unique way of being respected against those who would try to push their absolute truth on them. But anywho, I figured I would share this piece, and then I can speak a wee bit more afterwards if you guys would like to tune in. So without further ado, let's start this. The Celtic tribes of the Isles and Mainland, Norse Vikings of the Scandinavian lands, the Native Americans of the Americas, the Indigenous Pacific Islanders and Australians, the African tribes, the tribes of the Middle East, the tribes of India. All of us have shared a common struggle, including many other tribes indeed. All of us have had our roots seemingly ripped apart, away from us. All of us have seen our brethren bleeding on the battlefield due to those who try to invade and destroy us. All of us have had those who have tried to crush our spirits in the name of their absolute truth. However, here I stand today with my brothers and sisters again, my friends. A time where we will rise up against those who try to once divide us and pit us against one another, recognizing the power that we all share that goes beyond their wildest imagination, as we stand together as a rainbow shining from the sky indeed, giving hope and strength to ourselves and to the land once more, never forgotten and rekindled once more. And there's my pen name below. But yeah, I think that even though at times, like even today, I met someone who tried to push her evangelical absolute truth on me, and I've been starting to recognize how even though at first, that did greatly upset me, eventually I I noticed that I and many others are so much stronger than that. We are. And just again, seeing people like Borge and others that share a similar conviction that I have, and even some Christians, who are more minded, which I'm glad about. Just really seeing what keeps us keeps us strong together. That's what matters. Because there will be many individuals in this world who will try to divide us or will try to confuse us. And I think it's important that we understand our roots and really understand what we really resonate with deep in our hearts, whether it's Celtic, Norse, Native American, Pacific Islander, Australian, African, Middle Eastern, India, or Buddhist, or Judaism, or Hinduism, Shintoism, uh, Aborigine beliefs of Hawaii and Australia, or the pagan beliefs of the Celtic lands and Norse lands, or Scandinavian lands. I think when we can recognize all of that, all of that shared unity, there is really no black and white. There is no division between us. There's only a shared spectrum of colors of a rainbow that all ties us together and keeps us strong together when we can recognize that. Yeah, it does. And once we can recognize that, we will be able to better handle these situations and better um, have more fortitude and stamina and strength to really rise above it. Yeah, rise above it. And speak our truth and not be afraid. Yeah. And so that's what I believe in, and I'm sure many others who are watching this channel will probably agree with that in some ways as well. I'm sure at least Boris would, as well as others. But yeah, I feel this is important to really speak up for, because we all of us really once came from a pagan background, or the roots of our ancestors who were connected to the land and to its spirits. And I think we are coming back to that once more, and to really bring the spirit of the land and the spirit within ourselves alive once more. Yeah, I truly believe that. Anywho, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I just figured I would share that wee discussion along with the poem. And other than that,